Okay, my YouTube friends, I think it's now time to do the squad leader stormtrooper review. Let's get on with it.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality.
So okay guys, as you can see, we're going to start off with, as per usual, the accessories. And again, we'll start. First off, we've got the wrist pegs, spare wrist pegs, which is the norm now. They'll always put in spare wrist pegs because they're not they're going to end up having a problem with them at some point. It's just the usual, I'm afraid, with stuff like this. And you all know my deal on this thing is I think every set of hands should come with the wrist pegs in them. I think it would just make it so much bloody easier at times, and especially if they didn't so much on the wrist pegs themselves. If you've ever seen a wrist peg close up, they have like little notches in them to push in, which I know a lot of you figures collectors don't know about anyway. And I think that's where the issue lies. I've seen ones where they're very smooth and they just smoothly fit in, and you can actually pull them out quite easily as well, but they do stay in position. They don't fall out, but when you come to take them out, they come out so nice and easily, it's unbelievable. So I don't see why they need to do them that way when you could possibly do them the other way. But that's the way they're done, that's the way they are. Let's start off now with the hands, which is the open hand here. You only get one of these. You can see the level of details inside here. You know, on the fingers, the black and white of it. I think it looks really great. Yeah, so you only get one of those. It does come with a set of like sort of openish hands on there, but you get a left and a right trigger one, which I'll only show you one of them of each. And again, you can see there. Yeah, just the levels of details that they put into these things are beautiful. Crazy amounts of details into them. Yeah, the feels of them, you should really just hear that it isn't just paint work, that is actually the way it's been done. And of course you have a fisted one. Again, I apologise if you can hear any noise going on. I've got work going on in the house at the minute, getting as much stuff to them as I can before it gets a bit too tough for us to get anything done, and before I run out of any money with me cancer and that. So I'm getting everything done as soon as I can, so it leaves things in a good way for my family. But enough of that, you're here for a review, and there you go. So you get a left and a right fisted hand, left and a right gun coating hand, and one hand open palmed. You have two guns. One is his blaster pistol, and you can see again a beautiful amount of detail. But on these things, unlike other guns, there is no moving parts, because really with a blaster pistol there isn't any moving parts. Yeah, so there's no moving parts to this. There's no things can come out the bottom or anything, because there is no rounds in it. You know, it's a blaster pistol. This one is the same, the blaster rifle, but this one does have a moving part, which is this bit here. This bit comes out from to grab a hold of at the front end. But other than that, there is no moving parts, but it does have a good level of detail. I do love the black and white on it. I don't know whether that's just because I'm a Geordie and black and white is the Geordie, but I do love that black and white on there. I think that is thingy with the bits of silver as well. It stands out really lovely. Again, you have the obligatory crotch grabber and a base. The base is fairly standard in Star Wars First Order Stormtrooper, which he happens to be the squad leader on. There you go, guys. That is what you get with them. There's not much with them, but what more can you need? What more do you want? You know, he doesn't have a lot of stuff. His blaster rifle, his blaster pistol, and a few sets of hands. That's all that's needed in accessories. So let's get on to actually seeing the guy himself, the squad leader, Stormtrooper.
Stop that ship!
Guys.
Blast him!
Got nothing in his hands. I haven't put any accessories on him just yet, just to show you what he comes with. So he has those two hands on them there. Come in. See, this details wise, you're not going to get much in the way of huge amounts of details. Yeah, because there isn't a huge amount of detail on them. Oh, and you can see he's just fell over, just caught him. Yeah, isn't a huge amount of detail you're going to get, but he looks bloody good. Yeah, there's no wrong with it. Is, like I say, there's not a huge amount of detail to him, but there doesn't need to be. Yeah, this is how this guy is. The details are in stuff like the hands and that, and he does have sort of an okay style articulation to certain joints. Yeah, it don't move up, and I think what makes it sort of okay is the fact that these things are like a rubberized thing, so you're not really going to see it when it gets pinched that much. Hopefully it won't stretch too far on the elbow to cause any joint issue on the elbow. But, you know, you do have a little bit of a range of motion to it. I'm not going to say hugely great, but you do have a range of motion. The knees are the same, and the knee joints do have articulation there with having that thingy to it. It's this bit of material here that I would worry about getting any sort of major league articulation there, because you can see it starts to, well, you may not be able to see it, but it starts to pinch underneath here. Yeah, with that bit of material. The gun belt sort of has that little bit of thing to it, so it's not actually attached. There's nothing sort of opens on it or anything like that. The back end of the guy, not much to it at all. Yeah, it doesn't have a great deal of detail on him. Try and get him to stand up. One thing I do know, and I'm not sure whether this is just because I've picked them up, and I'm not sure whether I've got this one second hand or whether I bought them brand new. I'm hoping it's that I've picked them up second hand. Is that his ankles, I'm going to have difficulty getting him to stand on his own, because his ankles are really, really sort of slack. There, that one's a little bit tighter, but still, well, see, as soon as I get it in motion, it's very, very slack. So I'm going to have difficulty, I think, getting him to stand. I mean, I am getting it at 8, but that's without any of his rifles or anything in his hand, in any sort of leaning forward motion or anything like that. So what's going to happen when I do have rifles in his hand and what have you, whether he'll stand up or not, I don't know. You do have a nice little bit of motion to his head. Not a great deal, but you have a little bit. It's just the fact is that I think this one, it may possibly have to go on his stand, which is one of the things I'm not that keen on. As you can see, look, he does have a little bit of motion there to his head. You can turn it around, it'll probably spin right the way around by the looks of that. Yeah, it will. But he does have a little bit of up and down motion, side to side motion, but not a great deal. You don't need a great deal of motion out of one of these things. It's not like it's one of those things that has much in the way of emotions or anything. It's a bloody Stormtrooper. You can see it does have a little bit of difficulty getting it to stand on its own, which makes it always worry that when you get a gun in his hand, is it going to off balance him, and am I going to be able to get him to stand without having him on his crotch grabber and stand? We'll have to wait and see. But other than that, guys, I mean, he's a decent enough figure. Looks pretty cool, and I think he's going to go well when I put him with Finn. Let's see what he looks like with one of his rifles or his gun in his hand. Let's see what he looks like that.
All right, men, load your weapons.
So we go. We've actually managed to get him to stand with blaster rifle in hand. actually with this one as well, the pegs weren't too bad, though I did still heat them up just to be on the safe side, which I do believe over a period of time will degrade the thingy, so hopefully I won't have to change them too often, because I do believe that will degrade the things. But what's cool about this, and I didn't realise at first, was actually this blaster pistol here is actually magnetised. So, because at first I'm thinking, well, where the hell's that supposed to sit on him? Where's it supposed to go? But it's actually magnetised, so it just, boom, and it'll go into his leg, and I think that's pretty damn cool, you know, that they do something like that. It makes a heck of a difference to it when you do have stuff like that, you know, that you can magnetise them on. And he is standing. I'm quite surprised I've managed to do it. How stable he's going to be, because obviously my man cave isn't the stablest thing in the world, you know, and I've got to open and close the doors and stuff like that, but he is standing, and that is cool, and I can't wait to get him displayed with Finn. So anyway guys, I'm going to bring this to a close. Like if you liked, dislike if you didn't, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of what I've got coming, and guys, I will catch you in the next one. It's the bearded nerdy off, and I'm out.
Bad wolf. The big bad wolf.